Hi, I'm Becky Forden, a member of the Family Folklore Foundation, and I'm here today to introduce Dr. Meg DeMakis, the founder of the Family Folklore Foundation, and Dr. John Wolf.
Family Folklore Foundation, it's also a non-for-profit organization. Tell us when it was founded. I think it was a little bit later than the founding of the Historical Society.
It was founded in November of 2009.
All right.
And its purpose is to educate the community. We want to work with the whole family to go into historical sites and learn from them.
I understand the stories are a big part of your mission.
What I really enjoy doing is having the people put together a magazine and a television program about their experience. We're also interested in the stories that have to do with how Porter County got its name and how Valparaiso got its name. And those.
You're working with school groups from time to time, and we're so focused in our schools now on these tests, the I-STEP tests that get now actually administered in the spring. And so we're looking at their math, we're looking at their language skills. Why is it important to know about their local history?
The reasons why I'm able to get this project off the ground is that there's so many standards that are addressed when you study the past. For instance, there are history standards, there's science. When you're looking at an artifact, you're weighing it, you're understanding its composition. If you write about it or do research, that goes for language arts objectives, and that can be for all grades, even in college.
So it can be integrated very nicely into a curriculum, whether it's elementary school, junior high, high school, college, college and university.
And it's higher level thinking skills,
very good.
And it goes right into the I-STEP assessment.
What will their next backyard mystery lead to?
And we do have some unusual things. We have a removal basket, which is what they use to carry the deceased out of the home to the church or to the funeral home. It's a woven basket with a lid and straps. Mm-hmm. And in fact, in the old days, they used that in insane asylums, they used to call them that, to put a patient in who was unruly and strap them in, and that's where you got the term basket case.
Oh my gosh, is that right?
Yeah, so you know, it's fun to learn these things, and we do that as we take materials in. We learn an awful lot.
Well, now we know something we did not know before.
There you go.
Architecture is like art, but it's more durable. It's not like a piece of paper that has a drawing on it. It lasts for a really long time, like this building. So if you want to turn around, you'll hear more about the building you're in right now.
Sure. Well, welcome to the museum, everybody. I guess I should start out by saying that this building wasn't always a museum. It was actually two buildings, believe it or not. Where you are sitting now was built as a regular home back in 1864, so very, very long time ago. How many people could tell me who the President of the United States was at that time? You're absolutely right.
Very good. Who was that?
At the time in 1864, we had a jail in Porter County, but it wasn't a very good jail. In fact, it was a two-story structure that kind of looked like a big log cabin, although there were no windows and there were no doors. How do you think they got the inmates in and out of that building? Anybody want to take a guess? Close. That's a good guess. Underground. It was actually through the roof. They would lower people in by a rope through the top. They would use this rope to lower people in or pull them out, and they thought kind of around the time that this was a home, that if there's ever a fire, how could we get everybody out of here? So what they did is they shipped everybody to LaPorte to stay in their jail, and they said, we need to build another jail. So in 1870, they bought this home, and they started building a jail on back, and they finished it in 1871. In fact, I believe it opened in March of 1872 for the first time, and they called it the Impenetrable Fortress, and that it was a place that all the other communities should model their jails after, although they made one little mistake. If you see the outside of this building, looks like a regular house, and there's a big castle-looking building on the back, which is called Gothic Revival, and it is made out of limestone blocks. The problem is they set all of the bars on the windows into sandstone, which can crumble very easily because of all of the sediment in it. And unfortunately, within about a month of the inmates being in here, they realized that, and they broke the top off of a bench, and they stuck it in between the bars, and they rocked it back and forth and knocked all the bars off, and they all escaped. And luckily, they were all captured and brought back here, but they learned their mistake, and they fixed all the bars and set them into limestone so that they couldn't do that again. Fast forward, now we're a museum, because it was used, this building that we're going to go into in a minute was used as a jail from 1871 all the way till 1973, so over 100 years. And after it was done being a jail, the last sheriff moved out of this home in 1975, and the museum moved in here. And everything you see today has been donated by people who've lived here, some of them their entire lives. Now, the cool thing that we're doing now is that the museum is not only focusing on Porter County history anymore, because the people that have lived here have done some pretty remarkable things and have traveled and have met different people and have collected different things. So we are trying to focus on all of history to make that connection with not only the county, but with the state and the nation.
Once a year, the Aukiki Festival celebrates the ghosts of Indiana's past Scottish tradesmen, Potawatomi people, pioneer musicians, and French voyagers, and heard along the banks of the Kankakee River. As good old Shakespeare once wrote, what is past is prologue. It's up to you to decide whether or not these spirits are merely actors in stage dress, or rather the actual ghost of Indiana's forefathers.
How could they contact you, and what would be your preferred way that they could get that information?
Okay, for Family Folklore Foundation, they can call my number, which is 219-616-7299.